All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Final Bros podcast. I'm your IT specialist, Dorcas Hoare.
And I'm missing the point with my awful YouTube reviews. Doll thighs.
And on this episode, we're talking about Season 6, Episode 4 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. Woo!
Work.
It's happening. This is the Ghost Train episode.
What was this episode about? Is this
The
holidays?
Ghost Train.
The Ghost Train.
Like I just
Got
said.
it. Mm-hmm. I fear the holiday episode is so burnt into my brain that I can't stop thinking about it. For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I'm not celebrating holidays for the next year.
Well, they wouldn't stop talking about the chicken.
Well, true, they did use a lot of footage of the chicken. Once again, we're starting out the episode.
The main character.
The intro scene in the long table room is taking way too long. All the drama starters, all the pot stirs are gone. Scylla's gone, Desiree Dick is gone, and so we have to like shift focus and find new drama and new villains. And
yeah, they've kind of eliminated like most of the interesting characters.
Yeah. All the loud mouths are gone for the most part.
So this is around where I usually stop watching a season. But you know what? I guess we're in it for the long haul with this one.
We're invested. I mean, I am invested. I have some people I really like in this show. But
same.
It's like, okay. Once again, it's just like we have fewer interesting people for these like drama moments at the table. And it seems like it just keeps going on for longer and longer.
Literally. And they also did not do like a mini game this episode.
No, there was no fright feed.
There's a good like 30 minutes of them just talking about nothing.
Yeah, they're just talking about potential drama. Suddenly, Anti-Heroine has a problem with Majesty. Right. It keeps calling Majesty a narcissist.
Right.
And that occurs throughout the entire episode, and I don't understand it, really.
Not at all. It's honestly, I don't remember Majesty doing anything that implied like even a hint of narcissism. She just like doesn't, I feel like she's a little awkward and she doesn't know how to read a room.
Yeah.
And so because she sometimes talks when like she'll talk about like her personal life and nobody cares. And it's clear that nobody cares, but it's not like narcissistic behavior. It's just like she just can't understand that nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, like narcissistic behavior is like malicious.
I just want to
say,
as a baseline, as a drag artist, the idea of a drag artist calling another drag artist a narcissist is insane to me, because inherently we are all narcissists who just want to talk about ourselves all the time and put ourselves in the spotlight.
Well, I think she means it in like the clinical sense.
The clinical like therapy sense, I know, but still
which is crazy.
We'll get into it, but like, Anti-Heroine literally has a tattoo of herself on her own chest.
Also crazy.
And she's calling other people a narcissist. Insane behavior.
She also like in a lot of ways tries to like steal the spotlight constantly. I feel like that's kind of what she's responding to, is that it's like she constantly wants to be the center of attention, but she can't cope with the fact that she's on a drag reality show where like everybody's fighting for the spotlight.
Yeah. Some people can like effortlessly snatch it, like Asia. Like anytime Asia talks, everybody wants to hear her talk. But she's not really fighting for the spotlight.
Asia's funny, she's beautiful, she's perfect. I feel like if she doesn't win this season, like it's gonna have to be some pretty gaggy twists.
Even when Asia, for me, like misses in terms of like, doesn't like hit the nail on the head in terms of like the challenge theme, she's never looked bad. I'm always interested in what she's wearing, and she's just good TV. So like she looks cool. She's fun to like listen to while she talks, and she's, I don't know. For me,
She's nice.
there is no other clear winner for me. Ever since like day one, I've just been like, it's Asia Consent. I love her.
I think I could be wrong, but I think she's the only one that follows me on Twitter. So for that reason, she should win.
Yeah.
Pi might follow me. I can't remember.
Oh, you don't even remember.
I don't know. I know Desiree Dix hates me. But other than that, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, but anyways,
but
they're at the long table room. They're having all the stupid drama discussion.
Right.
And then Yuri comes back from the extermination and interrupts the stupid drama to, get to be like, I'm here. I'm excited. I'm over my trauma.
Right.
And that's happy because I like Yuri.
Because Yuri went skydiving.
Skydiving. Very exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah. And that's when they get their
storyline.
They get interrupted by the boulets because
How many drinks have you had?
Well, I had the shot. And however much fills this up, it's like halfway gone.
I love that cup. It's like it's giving like Christmas, but also at a slot machine.
They're apples.
Oh, I thought it was cherries.
So they're apples for Washington State.
Oh, wait, what? Is Washington State apples?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's orchards here.
Okay, work.
Anyways.
I will say my favorite part of this entire scene, by the way, was that during the whole what's her name?
Great.
The one that thinks
There's
everybody's
9
a
left.
narcissist. The one
Anti-heroine.
Anti-heroine. Anti-heroine, as she's calling out Majesty for being a narcissist, they cut away to Asia saying, "Who made you the leader of the group?" like in a little talking head moment, and I thought that was very cunty. I'd love to know.
I will say, I think one of the the talking head of the season is going to Jaharia though. Jaharia doesn't always have a lot to say when everybody's together, but in the confessional, she's saying so much shit, and it's so funny. I love Jaharia.
Because she's kind of been flopping pretty consistently in the challenges. I wonder if that's part of the reason she keeps kind of skating through when like there's somewhere she should have been in the bottom.
I wouldn't say it's flopping. Just because
I don't know.
I didn't like the doll look, but the other looks were good. The creature from the Black Lagoon I thought was good. It wasn't like amazing, but it was good.
I thought the birthday clown deserved bottom over Yuri.
Okay, birthday clown was weak.
Yeah. So that's like half of the looks right there.
And half is still
4.
Half is still good.
Anyway, but moving on. I do think that that's part of the reason that she's consistently safe is because she is very funny in the interviews.
Oh, she's great TV for the confessionals. She's a narrator for sure.
I might be getting a little ahead of my multiple selves.
Yeah, okay.
Because you are an extension of me because I am a narcissist. Anyway.
Right.
But I do think Jaharia did well this week. And I don't think she got the recognition she deserved, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that.
So, yeah, the Boulets interrupt their little drama fest for the to announce the challenge of the week. And this also didn't really play into the judging or really the looks, but they bring in these, like, they start talking about fiercedragjewels.com. That's fiercedragjewels.com.
I forgot. Did they? They
all wore them as part of their looks.
Oh, but
most of them you couldn't see them.
Right.
So the
idea
idea
to, like,
is that
it's in any way.
Well, they were kind of supposed to, but it's the ghost train. The ghost train.
Right.
A la, there's like a ghost town in like season 2, and in season 4 they did the ghost ship. Now they're doing ghost train.
This is a bit of a side note, but I do think that sometimes the Boulay brothers think something's a really good idea when it's kind of just like a mid idea, but then they repeat it over and over and over again.
Oh, I like this. I like doing haunted luxury glamour looks of different types. Why is it a
ghost train? So
there were like luxury train lines back in the day. I mean, there still are.
Wait, so what did they do before? They did Ghost Town?
They did Ghost Town in like season 2, which I'm not sure if that one was glamour.
About, like,
but Ghost Ship was definitely
Hotel or something.
They did that last season.
Oh, okay.
They did Ghost
So they're just
Hotel,
running out of
yeah.
things to put ghosts in, and now
I
they're planning on
honestly
train.
do. I stand by Ghost Train because luxury
Okay, well.
trains is a good genre.
Sure, I'm not mad about it.
It's like
what about
it's like
Ghost
Murder on the
Airplane?
Orient Express if
Are
everybody
there
was
ghosts on
murdered.
airplanes? We have airplane
Are
ghosts.
there haunted airplanes?
What are the physics of the ghost anyway? Like, because if the train's moving,
Like, does the
will it
ghost
not
like have
leave
to
the
stay
ghost
like
behind?
seated? Like it doesn't leave
don't
the plane.
know.
Like it has to go wherever the plane goes.
I know that's what I'm thinking with the train too, though, because the train's moving around. Won't the ghost just kind of
I
fall
don't
right
want to
through?
think
There's no
about
like
this.
friction.
I don't want to think about this. Anyways,
Well,
fearsdragjewels.com. They're
we're not
presented
sponsored by them.
with. I wish
Shut
we
the fuck
were.
up.
I could use some jewels.
You could.
Shut up. You're not supposed to say that. What credentials do you have?
I have so many credentials. You'll find.
Great. Anyways, they brought out these platters of fierce drag jewels that they're supposed to feature in their look. It's like various pairs of earrings and rings and stuff. And everybody scrambles to get the ones that they like as if it matters, but it doesn't really matter. The idea is that you're supposed to
Yeah.
create a look about a ghostly passenger on the ghost train. And you're
Right.
supposed to feature these fierce drag jewels as part of your look.
See,
And
I
if you
kind of
win,
wish
you
somebody-
get all the fierce drag jewels.
Wait, they get all of them?
Or some of, or the ones you got. I don't know. They should get all of them.
They take them away from everybody else.
I think it would be really fierce drag jewels if they took all of the jewels that were provided for the show and just gave them all to the winner.
Yeah, to one person. One person
Yeah.
gets to take everybody else's earrings. That
Yeah.
would be funny. I think so. I know that they're supposed to do like a passenger, but I think it would
They're
have
not
been nice if
supposed to do a
somebody-
passenger. They
Oh.
do say you could be a conductor. You could be
Well, can you be the train though?
you could be the train.
I mean, Pi kind of was like the tracks.
We'll get there.
So like,
I wanted somebody to be the caboose.
yeah,
Nobody was the caboose.
I feel like there's a lot of fun, creative things you could have done other than just like a ghost passenger. But
Yeah. Well, like when they did
think
the
that's what most
hotel,
people
some
did.
people were like bellboys, and stuff like
Right.
that. And like when they did Ghost Ship, some people were literally like the ship. Like they had like portholes and
Right.
stuff, and their people were like the captain, and like everybody just kind of went passenger this time, which is like the safe choice.
why wasn't somebody just like Thomas the Tank Engine?
I think that would have been great. I would have
Same.
been, and I would have been the person like shoveling the coal into the steam engine, and then I got
Oh,
burned
yeah.
up, like I got thrown in.
A working ghost.
Yeah,
That would be fun. I
Which-
think. Well, I will
we'll
say.
get into it.
okay.
I think Asia was kind of going there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Asia's like the smokestack or something.
Yeah, I think Asia was the
They
smokestack. It was kind of
literally
weird.
never talk about
We'll
it.
get there. It's weird.
Yeah, let's get into the looks.
Mm.
So, nothing else happens, right?
No, well,
It's like half an hour of them talking about nothing.
yeah.
They've replayed the clip of Desiree throwing a chicken at Yuri like 18 times in
It's
this
so
video.
much.
It's a constant.
Which I mean, it is an iconic moment.
They're trying to make it an iconic moment.
I thought it was an iconic moment.
I just feel like it's like the chicken became its own character.
Oh, we forgot something. They have to do it as a team because they're lip syncing to the Ghost Train by the Boulay Brothers, available on iTunes.
How do you feel about this song? Be
It's
honest.
okay.
Yeah, you think so?
I think it's kind of, it has a groove. It has a beat.
Okay.
You can move to it.
Yeah, well,
Not in an
move
excited
to
manner,
anything.
but you can move to it. It is music.
I have to say, I don't understand the Boulay Brothers like aesthetic, like in taste
The
in any
musical
way.
genres
I-
that the Boulay Brothers go for their music is just like this kind of like boom 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 boom.
It's like some
we want you to do an
mid-tempo, like,
exciting lip sync
Old
to
maiden
this.
type of music, but then also it's like, but they also seem to like rock music, but like I can never get a gauge of like what are we talking about with rock music, because they say they like rock music, and then the rock band episode's always kind of weird, and I'm so confused whenever they make music.
Well, the way I can best describe it is the way that their music sounds to me, it's like it belongs on one of those like CDs you buy for Halloween of like Halloween party mix. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
spooky noises.
Well, it's like spooky noises mixed with like, you know,
Some rattling
the Monster
bones.
Mash. It was, you know, it sounds like the Monster Mash.
That's insane. That's completely insane. Anyway,
But correct.
the fact that they make them like lip sync to these songs is so wild
I
to
thought
me.
the teams thing was weird.
Yeah, because they also didn't really like work together in any way that was like
No, I
interesting.
think the only
or-
reason they did teams was like, we're filming on location and we want to just shoot it 3 times and not 9 times.
Oh, true, yeah. Because they did go to a haunted.
They went to a train yard, like a train station.
yard. It's
Yeah.
allegedly haunted. They didn't really discuss the details
Oh.
of that at all, though. So,
Any
What the
train
fuck
yard
does
is
that mean?
haunted.
is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
People die there. Anyways,
well,
they
great.
all start like fighting over teams, and nobody wants Majesty on their team.
Oh, right.
Majesty's
Oh
like
my
literally
God.
like popping up into teams, being like, "Do you
How
want
the
me?"
fuck do you think Majesty feels watching this air? Because there's literally a cutaway where she says, I have so many people to choose from. And then every time she goes to, like, they go to another person, they cut away to that person saying, I really don't want to work with Majesty. This happens like 8 times.
Remember when Gray Matter said, "I got half of the people that I would like on my team"?
Literally.
Because Gray Matter's matched with Yuri and Majesty.
It's so fucked up. I was like, damn, I kind of feel bad for
Gray
Majesty.
Matter literally
like, they're
goes
really
like, "I got
dunking
matched
on
up.
Majesty.
I like half of the people I was matched up with, and the other half is Majesty."
I hope that they're actually friends and they don't
Oh yeah,
really hate her because she
from what I
seems
see on
nice.
social media,
She
they
just-
all seem to like each other. So I'm not
That's
worried
good,
about
at
that.
least.
But that
I
was
hope
really
so.
funny to me.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's get into the looks. So, are these divided into teams?
So the teams are Team 1, Asia, Aurora, and Vivi.
okay.
So yeah,
perfect.
it looks like they are matched up properly. Team
Okay.
2 is Anti-Heroine, Jaharia, and Pi. And Team 3 is Gray Matter, Majesty, and Yuri.
Wait. Gray Measure. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, great. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Who was first?
Do we want to go in order of like that they actually walk down the...
No, we don't have to.
Okay. First of all, they're doing this in a train car, which my first impression was, that's a cool idea to do the like floor show, like show off your looks. Except we can't see anything.
They didn't bring any lights to this location.
all-
It seems.
They did bring lights, but only to backlight them. There's like hardly
Well-
any light from the front.
I feel
just
like,
like-
they lit them outside, but
They
like
lit them
in the train
outside,
cars.
yeah. They lip synced
Yeah, they're-
outside of the train car, but to show
Right.
their looks like they're walking the floor show, it's so hard to see. And these images that you have brought up for that we're looking at right now, they're like artificially like cranked up.
Yeah, so you
in
can just
post.
see anything.
But anyways, let's just go in the order that's presented to
Yeah.
us.
Okay, so Vivi.
Vivi the
Force.
Force. I
What
thought
is
she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be like the damsel in distress tied to the train tracks.
Got it.
So she has rope around her, and I think it's mostly an okay look.
Because to me, this is giving like Salem witch about to be burnt at the stake.
Yeah, and they also noted that you can't see it here, but the look doesn't really go all the way around. Like they said
Oh.
that the back of her was really sloppy, and you can see like the back of her neck and everything that's like not painted.
Oh, right. And she said, I can't paint my back. And I was like, girl, like, bribe someone.
Literally,
There's people
just
everywhere.
you have a team.
Literally, yeah, they were on teams for this challenge. She could have just asked one of her
Ask
teammates to
Asia,
paint
like,
her
hey,
back.
can you paint the back of my neck? And Asia would do it.
Yeah, that was weird. What a
It was
weird
very
excuse.
weird.
I think she just didn't think about
Also,
it.
you
I think,
just don't. You don't have to show your back if you can't paint it.
well, I think it's because I guess they filmed her in the back. Yeah, actually, I don't know why she would turn her back to the camera if she didn't paint her back.
I don't know.
Because yeah, she would have also had control over that.
But I will say this. Overall, I don't think anybody looks terrible. Shut up. I think everybody looks cool, at least. At least looks good. Nobody flopped so incredibly hard that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I agree. Yeah, there's nobody, there's like, if I will say, like, if I was at a drag show and any of these looks walked in, I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But this is for TV, so I guess I just have a higher standard. I don't know if that's allowed, but
yeah, like for how, you know, we're 4 episodes in and everybody's serving like really good looks, like most people are. This was one of my bottom looks, and I think it was rightfully in the bottom because the details weren't there.
It's also another case which happens on the show constantly. It's like, do these people not talk to each other? Because she did the same exact concept as Pie.
Yeah, there was a repeat.
Pie did it better.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going to do something that somebody else is doing, like, you have to do it the best.
Yeah. I will say I do like Vivi. There is like an essence there. There's like a presence that like shines through the kind of sloppy looks and like the not so great makeup. I do like her. Like when she gets on the floor show, I think she is cool and she has an energy I really vibe with, but like I don't know, this is like none of her looks so far have been like have blown me away.
No, I agree. They've all been kind of like, they just feel a little thrown together. Like something you would do in a, like for a quick show or like for Halloween or something. Like it's like, oh, I've got some shit in my closet. Like this one looks like it was specially made for this, or it looks like it might have been specially made for like a witch look and then she like repurposed it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit more custom and unique, but it's not like,
once again, I would say it meets the challenge. When I see this, I'm like, oh yeah, she does look like a lady that was tied to the tracks. But it just, the details don't track. And we're grading harshly now, so I'm going to have to give it an A.
Same.
Just because
also, I will say,
it just doesn't blow me away.
One thing I don't love about the lip sync challenges is that usually in Dragula, they come out and they do some like weird, crazy shit for their
they have like a gag.
They don't do a runway.
Yeah.
But when they do the lip syncs, they don't do that. They just do a lip sync, and it's just like the way they edit it together, it just isn't that interesting. It's not even the performer's fault because they just do like this weird montage music video that has like a very little cohesion. So I don't know. It's just like I kind of wish that they still did some sort of like performance like thing on their own in that train car. Like,
yeah, I still wish that like the presentation where they just get to show off their looks was like a little better.
Yeah, because it was not great. So people who already didn't do great in the challenge, it was like even flatter. So yeah, it's an A for me. Sorry, Vivi.
Sorry, Vivi. I do think you still look nice though. You don't look
bad.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
Same. And also she did meet the challenge better than some other people. But
yeah, such as unfortunately Asia Consent.
Yeah, Asia Consent.
She
now
looks
here's the thing.
Cool. I think she looks cool.
I think we're right. I think she is supposed to be the smokestack of the train.
She had a shovel.
And she also was on top of the train.
Yeah, and she looks like smoke.
It was never talked about or discussed or explained. And the only critique she got was that they didn't think she fit in with the challenge.
Yeah.
So I think that they didn't ask her maybe, or like they didn't clarify, or maybe they just didn't get it at all.
I mean, she was safe, so it doesn't really matter too much. She didn't really get judged because she was sent back to be safe.
Yeah, that's true.
So she didn't really get to talk about her look all that much. Even knowing if she's supposed to be like the smokestack or whatever, I still think it is weird and doesn't really sell me on the story, but I still think she looks cool.
I think she could have taken it farther to look more like the smokestack if that's what she was going for, but it's Asia, so of course she like wants to have her whole body out and everything. So I mean she looks great, but
yeah, her
she
tits
looks crazy
and ass are out, and that's always a plus.
I didn't really get it, so I'm also gonna say nay. Sorry, Asia.
Yeah, Asia, you look cool, but
the performance though looked great.
The performance
she was the one that
is
stood out
great.
for me.
She's a great performer.
If this was a drag, like a live drag show, and they were all performing together, Asia would have been the one I was paying attention to, because she was stealing the show with her performance and her lip sync and everything. But yeah, if we're looking at outfits alone, like
I'm sure that her performance alone is what like brought her out of the bottom and into safe.
100%. I agree.
But I think she still looks cool, but it is an A for the challenge.
It's just
sorry,
week,
Asia.
I feel like. So, yeah. Okay.
So the last one for this group coming out is Aurora Gosmic. And
right.
I mean, I already kind of expected this. This is kind of a glamour challenge. And Aurora does glamour. And she does it well. So she does. She's her concept is that she is a spectral passenger, but she was gutted and slain so that somebody could steal her jewels. And so she has one of those classic necklaces that's like a bunch of like red jewels and rhinestones that are like spilling out of like a pearl necklace. But it looks good. Yeah. And she even has like a little luggage case that's like slashed open, and there's like bloody jewels like hanging out, like organs.
So good.
It was so good.
I mean, overall, like she really, even the rest of the contestants, like nobody was even talking shit about her. They were like,
no, everybody was just like,
that she
fuck Aurora
so
for looking so good.
Literally. And she was, I will say, like, she was the one person where like, I didn't really have any like critiques, like head to toe. She looked pretty good. The dress was good. Her hair looked great. Her makeup was gorgeous. And she makes
everything herself. Everything she makes is handmade by her.
I didn't know that about her.
Yeah.
Actually. Oh, I like her more now.
Yeah, everything she makes is made by her as far as I know. And she does a good fucking job.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great. I really didn't have any critiques. I mean, I didn't really like notice her performance much, honestly, but I think like, and I do remember one person clocked her on that. They were like, how did she win a performance challenge? But like, I think they were judging on the look more than anything, honestly. I don't think, it's like the Billy Brothers love to do a little
factor, but it's not the deciding factor.
I just feel like they lie to them. I think they go like, hey, today is a performance challenge. And then they just grade solely on how they look.
I mean, you know what she did do very well?
What?
He featured those fierce drag jewels very well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was actually a big part of her concept.
She's the only one that I remember her earrings, because they matched the look and they looked good and you could see them.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Which I think she also made a good decision, because a lot of the jewels were like black jewels and dark red jewels, and she chose the ones that were white. And so they stuck out at night. I was focused on the challenge. I don't remember
any of this. Having a fucking, it was like a fever dream.
But yeah, Aurora looks so fucking good. And
she's like absolute slay.
Absolute slay. She looks so amazing. And I'm not even surprised, but she looks so good that nobody could deny her.
Is this a shady question to ask? I'm going to ask a shady question.
Go for it.
Do you think maybe Aurora's just been trying to get on Drag Race and she's been getting declined, so she just did this instead?
I don't know, because I looked into Aurora and she does do generally like horror inspired creepy little looks and stuff. So
really? Okay. Because to me, it's like she slays the glamour. And I remember my biggest fear with her going into this challenge was that she was going to do kind of what like Sigourney Beaver's main downfall in this challenge was that she was too glamorous.
Well, she won this challenge. To say.
No, I mean like in the whole show. Like,
I thought I was going to say like the ghost ship. Sigourney Beaver won the ghost ship.
Yes, of course she did. But she didn't win the whole show, and I think it's because she was like too glamorous. And I thought
she was too glamorous, not enough filth.
But I do think Aurora has done pretty nasty shit.
Yeah, I would say her filth challenge was pretty gross looking, and she didn't try to be glamorous with it.
Yeah, she was like covered in shit and vomit, right?
Yeah.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, that's Team 1. And Team 1 had some of the, had the strongest look and one of the weakest looks all in one.
Yeah.
So
but they weren't judged in teams, were they?
But they weren't judged in teams, so
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Love that. Love when things don't matter.
Me too. So let's continue. And up next is Gray Matter, who went with like a cowboy look. And The biggest critique from the judges panel today was that it wasn't draggy enough. And I kind of agree. They said it was too scare actor and not draggy enough.
I was actually curious what you would say about this, because I do feel like sometimes drag kings get that critique in general, where they go, well, it's not really draggy enough. And I was wondering if you would feel a certain way about it because they're like the one drag king today and they're getting that critique.
Yeah. So Gray Matter comes from a scare actor background. And I will say, looking at this, it does look like a scare actor more than drag. Because like drag has certain elements, not always, but it's usually a combination of, you know, exaggerated features, big hair, sparkly rhinestones, like extravagant costumes, and it doesn't look exaggerated. He just looks like a ghostly cowboy. And it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look dragged up, if that makes sense.
I would also say, and like maybe this is just my perception of drag, and maybe this is not right, but to me, a lot of times when the difference in my mind from a makeup perspective between like somebody doing drag and somebody just doing like, you know, whatever special effects makeup or beauty makeup is it has to do with like the contouring and the reshaping of your face a little bit more, at least in my opinion. But
yeah,
like I know there's tons of drag performers that don't do a ton of contour and look great, but like I don't know, I feel like that's usually when I see somebody who's doing drag, there's usually like a lot of restructuring with makeup.
Well, it's like that quote where you're like, I can't define drag, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
When I look at Gray Matter this week, I'm like, it's not a bad look. It just doesn't look like drag to me.
I don't like it.
I'm
not gonna say it's a bad look, but it's like I thought when the second he said cowboy, I was like, I just don't think this is a good idea. And from the start, it felt weird.
Like the Wild West and like the railways go hand in hand, so I'm not too surprised by like a more Western themed train look.
I guess I would have liked it to be more of a team effort. Like if he's going to be a cowboy, maybe everyone can be Western. You know what I mean? It's
everybody wore brown on this team, so
right.
There you go.
Something. I was a little shocked at the lack of team cohesion in every team. So this is
because everybody shows up with their idea already made, and so it's like, how are we gonna really alter these to make them make sense as a team? And it's like it doesn't really matter.
And Yuri brought all this shit from fucking Australia, so
yeah,
they probably didn't have a lot of resources.
New Zealand,
to just
I
make
think.
a new dress. Oh, right, New Zealand. I'm sorry.
Aotearoa.
Yeah.
Where Lady Lay's from, an island.
Say that again.
Aotearoa?
Aotearoa?
I think it's something like, I think it's Aotearoa. We'll have to ask Lady.
Sure so. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure our friends from New Zealand will correct us later.
Yeah. Please correct me.
Well,
I also hear through Lady's accent, so she's like, I'm Lady Lay. I come from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Like all things horror, you know.
That's a pretty good Lady Lay impression.
Better than Eve's. Anyways, y'all don't know who any of these people are. But speaking of which, next is Slay or Nay, or
it's a nay for me.
Yeah,
you know what's funny is that overall, I didn't think any of these looks were terrible.
No, that's the thing I want to
when I'm really
reemphasize.
looking at them,
nobody looks bad. There's just okay and amazing way up here.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Mostly agree.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a nay for me. This felt
for the challenge.
You know what it felt like? It felt like, once again, and I feel like this is something that I consistently feel like in a lot of times in this season of Dragula, it felt like a character that Gray Matter has done before, and he just wanted to work it into a challenge. So he said, I'll make it a ghost. Like, it's some cowboy character that he's used to doing.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't even very ghostly, period.
I will say, in this look, it's the one I can see his like natural face the most. Like, I can recognize him in this look, which to me in drag means,
Well,
Anyways, Yuri's up next, and I'm excited because this is the best Yuri has looked since the promo.
Literally.
And
she looks great today.
Yuri looks so good. Like a ghostly spectral passenger, wearing this big hoop skirt dress, the tragic makeup, ghost makeup. She looks so good. And I'm like, I felt like I exhaled. I was like, finally Yuri's giving me what I want from Yuri.
Yeah.
We're getting spectral
And
glamour with like
am gonna
a
be
Western
real.
twist.
This goes back to my original theory about Yuri, which is she knows she's good.
Yeah.
So in the first couple episodes, she was not trying that hard because why would she? Like when she looked around the room, she saw who she was up against, and I think she was just like, I don't really need to try that hard. Like it's going to be fine for a couple episodes. And she was right. Like maybe that's not what happened, but that's truly what it felt like to me because there was no logical reason for Yuri to be doing as bad as she was for like the first 2 episodes. And then last episode she didn't do that bad, but I think they put her in the bottom just for the drama.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I will say this episode, she did seem to be more perked up in the performance. Yeah. She was more active.
It's a beautiful dress.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
Really,
gowns.
really pretty. Well, it meets all the criteria. It's like she's a ghost, she's glamorous, and she even looks kind of like Western with like a kind of like a Southern Belle dress.
Right. I think it's nice. Yeah,
I think she looked really good, head to toe.
Was she the one that had the knives in her back, or was that Vivi?
That was Vivi, and it looked weird.
Oh, okay. It was interesting, yeah. So never mind. Moving on. Yeah, she looked great. This is total slay.
I lost a
Totally
rhinestone.
A rhinestone?
From my shirt.
Oh, you lost. I think you said you found one.
No, it fell off.
We'll stick it
Anyways,
back
Yuri's
on.
a sleigh. And everybody pray for my rhinestone.
Yeah, so moving on. The final person on their team is Majesty.
Majesty, who is supposed to be, I guess, this is another repeat we have, an investigator.
Oh, is that what
Some
I
sort
thought
of
she was supposed to
detective.
be like
You can see
Lara
her magnifying
Croft
glass
as a ghost?
She has a magnifying glass right there on her waist.
I thought she was like Jane from Tarzan or something. Like I truly didn't know what
No,
this
she's
was.
a lady detective.
Okay, and she's investigating the murders.
Yeah, she's investigating the murder. She's
So
also
is she a
murdered.
ghost?
Yes.
Oh, so she's an investigator who's investigating the murder.
Yeah,
and
just
then
like
gets murdered.
Auntie. It's like they did die.
Is that
on
what
the
she
train.
was?
Yeah. Wow, you really didn't pay attention.
Okay, so they're all like old maiden type of ghosts.
This is why I have a
ghost
drink
hunters.
tonight, okay?
Are they ghost hunters or are they like detectives?
No, they're like detectives who were on the train solving the murder and then they all die or something.
Do you think they shared their magnifying glass? Do you think that was the same one? They had
Different
two
magnifying
ones.
glasses, yeah.
Okay. See, and this is why I'm a bad person, and I'm gonna go on record saying this. If I came into that room and I did either of what Majesty or Auntie did, I would have snuck over and I would have stolen the other person's magnifying glass and hid it. I would have hid it. I would have sabotaged. I would have been like, "This was my idea, and I'm going to do it." And
Playing
you
a
can't have
game,
magnifying
I
glass.
see.
Yes, playing a game very unfairly.
But yeah,
No, I actually, what I would have done is I would have just gone out and gotten an even bigger one, actually. Size queen.
but Majesty is wearing like I just want to get through these looks. We've dealt with so much tonight. I just want to get through this, okay?
Anyway, what do you think about this look? Do you like it? How does this make you feel?
I felt kind of neutral on it. I didn't think it looked bad, but as far as investigator ghosts go, it definitely wasn't the better one.
No, it also just was really.
They said
It's
she
just,
had
like,
a
so-
fabulous coat. She definitely had a coat.
It sounds rude, but it's just very simple. It's like
It's a pair of khaki pants, a white blouse, a big belt, a ponytail wig, and a
Yeah.
coat.
and it looks nice.
It looks
it's, like, put
nice.
together
And I even
well.
noticed later when she was in regular lighting, you could see this like cool, like she covered her entire face in this like duochrome shimmer that had like this ghostly
Right.
green shift to it. It's like, that looks cool here, but
you couldn't see
in the
any of
scene we
that.
couldn't see it. Which, to be fair, they didn't know they were going to be shot in like blue and red light.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, or else everybody would have made different choices. I think,
Yeah, because
nobody looked good.
By
in
the
that
way,
light.
half
like
the cast is blue, and you can't see it because they're all lit. In blue
literally,
lights.
like why are they lighting all the blue makeup in blue lights? Everybody looks washed out and flat.
So stupid. It was a bad
It's
decision.
crazy.
I would still, I don't know, slay or nay. I lean closer to slay because it looked good. It just wasn't the best look.
To me personally, it's probably the most forgettable, most underwhelming look of the night. And it's not that it's bad. I mean, it's well executed, but like, it's just, there's nothing really like exciting about it. So I just feel like.
Do you know who this look reminds me of? The Duchess.
The Duchess? Oh, from Belinda Blinks?
It's giving equestrian to me.
Do you think she
draped her breasts over anyone? Sorry, this is complete tangent.
Tits. Yeah.
Anyways.
Complete side note. If you know, you know. Anyway,
you know,
moving
you know.
on. I think this is a like in any other context, I would like this look.
Yeah.
If I met her in person and she was wearing this, I'd probably be like, "Oh, you look great! Like,
high-waisted,
I love your outfit."
cunty pants, blouse, big coat, ooh, ponytail.
But for this challenge, just on like forgettability alone, I think she's lucky that she dodged the bottom. I'm shocked they didn't put her in the bottom for this because it's so bland.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna change to a nay.
Same.
Because like, while it doesn't look bad for the challenge, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's a shirt and some pants.
Yeah, and a big belt and a fabulous coat.
Where's the coat? I don't remember.
It's not in the picture, but she did have a big long coat on.
I've got to say, if you do a elaborate look with a fancy coat, keep the coat on. I'm so tired of this. This happens all the time, and I feel like they've taken off for the drama.
Keep it on.
Yeah, and then they don't think for a moment that like this is a TV show and they're going to edit it however they want, and they're going to only show me without that coat on. And that coat probably was the most expensive part of this whole outfit. Oh, yeah. It's not even in this photo we're looking at. So
it's a fabulous coat.
Allegedly, I don't
According to the Boulets, it was a fabulous coat.
Well, maybe the coat was good enough to save her from the bottom, but I don't remember it, so it's a nay for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe if I saw the coat, it would be a slay, but
that's
I doubt it.
Oh.
Merlin, can I help you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You good? All right, he's fine.
Okay, great.
Anyway, moving on to the final three.
Jaharia. Jaharia did not get the recognition she deserved this week.
I agree.
She came to the ghost train as a ghostly church lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she was selling it.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I think that this is a good idea. Like, it's like, this is probably the most original idea.
For sure.
I like the idea of a like a Christian
smokestack, though.
Just like a Christian ghost, though, is so bizarre to me because, like, do Christians believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can be a ghost and a Christian.
Yeah.
You don't think that would, like, shake their faith of the fact that they are now a ghost?
Maybe.
And they're like, why didn't I go to heaven?
Well, a lot of the ghosts from yesteryear, they were Christians.
Yeah. So what's going on? Are they still Christians as ghosts?
You'll have to ask. I don't know.
I mean, like, I feel like she deserves a slay just for doing such a thought-provoking concept.
It really is.
A Christian ghost church woman.
I
say, on the topic of, like, the look itself,
who cares?
It's the same thing we keep seeing from Jaharia, where like it does feel like a bunch of random pieces of clothing thrown together, unfortunately. And I think it's such a good concept that I really wish she had something really like custom made for this, because like church lady fashion is crazy. She could have gone
crazy.
wild.
The only thing that I wish we had was a good old church lady hat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's not even like a nice big hat.
But she did have the fan.
Yeah.
She did have
and
the fan.
performance was like she sold it with the performance.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why we got it. If she had just walked out in this, we would have been like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
But that's the thing about Jaharia, is that every time she comes out, she looks bizarre and like unpolished, but she slays the performance.
Oh, yeah.
So they barely ever talk to her because she's always safe for performance. So I wonder if that's why, like maybe she's just not getting the critiques on her look that she needs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because like she has so much potential and she's so talented, but like I've yet to see a look from her that I was actually
the
excited
look
about.
itself standing on its own has not wowed me yet, but I love her.
Yeah,
Maybe next week.
it's a slay for the performance.
Oh yeah,
though.
slay
Sorry.
for the concept
Sorry
and the
about it.
performance. Absolute slay. Loved it.
I know we're like booting the fuck out of all these people with nice outfits that didn't get to the performance, but like I will give her a slay just for the performance alone.
Yeah.
Period.
But coming up next is
So-
a person we didn't believe in initially, but then we ate our words because Pi comes out, and Pi in the like when we're getting ready in the boudoir, Pi's like, I'm gonna be the damsel in distress tied to the train tracks, and we see the little sketch, and we're like, maybe it'll pull together. We don't really know. We haven't really been that impressed. And then she fucking comes out as the damsel in distress, still tied to the train tracks. Like the train tracks are part of the look. She's still tied to them, and she brought the train tracks with her. And that made me laugh just on concept alone. I was like,
it's a good idea.
That's amazing, because it takes all the ambiguity out of your mind of like, oh, she tied to a stake, was she burned as a witch? No, she was on the train tracks, and she has the tracks.
And also, I think that what killed Vivi was that because she did the same concept, but without the same level of like, I guess like complete like hitting you on the head,
Like
with
the
what she's doing.
punchline of it all.
She felt the need to lay down on the train tracks under the train. Remember that? That was one of the main critiques they gave to Vivi.
During the
like,
lip
why were you
sync, she was like
laying-
sitting on the train tracks between the wheels to be like, see, I'm tied to the train tracks.
Whereas like Pi was up and about and dancing around with the train tracks strapped to her, which was the smart thing to do. So unfortunately, because they both did the same concept and Pi did it way better.
The wig is
we're of course gonna compare
horrendous.
them. It's a choice.
It doesn't look like 1800s.
Now I think she's going like Haunted Mansion cartoon. Like I think that's what's happening.
Well, she's
here.
going very blue. She's going, but she
But also
the wig
I don't know if
just
you
the wig
remember
just
this.
doesn't really go with it.
This is the first time we've seen her wear a wig.
True.
So she just might not.
So there's a reason.
This isn't a strong point for her, I'm assuming. I mean,
It's just a white wig. There's like not a lot of tonality to it. Like the rest of her, she made sure to emphasize how on her body and on her costume, she's not just doing flat blue. She's doing different shades of blue, deeper, lighter. Her legs, I said, looked amazing.
Yeah,
she has
why
these
didn't she paint the
spectral
wig?
legs that look really cool, and then her wig is just plain white.
it's also like not a hairstyle.
No.
Like it's like, what is this?
The Blaze were
hairstyle?
right
Like,
when they said like it's like a weird 80s like teased out hairstyle.
Yeah.
With this like old style dress.
it doesn't really make sense.
No.
It's so starkly white compared to everything else going on. It just feels insane.
Just
and
also
we're not the
don't
only ones who
care.
I think like they cut away to like 2 or 3 other contestants complaining about how ugly her wig was, which I was like, that is so wild.
Including the
that
Blaze.
Because the producers thought like, wow, that's a rough wig. Let's ask every single person to comment on it.
Yeah.
It was wild. Just the ricochet of people talking shit about this wig. And now
like,
here we are.
just the way it was executed, I didn't care what wig she was wearing. It made me laugh. I
Agreed.
laughed
Yeah,
so
total
hard.
slay.
So slay.
Like honestly, she could just put a different wig on, and this would have been like a great look.
Yeah.
Honestly, so it's not that bad.
It was so funny. And then last but not least, Auntie Heroine is the other investigator on the train.
Right.
She has this like layered, bustled, like tartan dress. And she has all like the clue weapons. She has like a rhinestone wrench and a rhinestone like everything, like pipe and stuff like that. She's like finding all the clues. She has a little investigator hat on top of her wig. It's like perched up there.
Yeah, she was really going through like she actually gave a real performance on in the solo section, unlike pretty much everyone else who just kind of wandered around confused. But like she actually kind of slayed the solo section, and also the look was really good.
The look was really good. It was well constructed.
Really recognized for it.
She did. She was definitely in the top. They did put her in the top.
It just didn't feel like they talked about how good it was.
I think it was just because while she did really good and it was really well done, it's like, was she the absolute best performer? No. Was she the most glamorous? No.
Damn.
Well, I'm like, the best performer was Asia.
Yeah, true.
And the best, like the most glamorous one out there was Aurora. She's not competing with Aurora for glamour. And so it's like she did good in all the categories. She did really great, but she didn't excel. At any of them.
And I think that part of what she was really bitter about this, by the way. Like she made it clear that she was upset that she didn't win.
She was not happy.
I think that at least for me, I understand that because the dress was really good.
Oh, it was
and she
fantastic.
Probably paid a lot of money for it. Like this was probably an expensive dress if she didn't make it herself. Which if she did, great job. It looks really good.
She had a great costume. She had props. She really thought out the performance to where she was like, you know, at certain times she's like pulling out a gag and doing things.
Yeah. I will say
she got outperformed by a smokestack.
It could just be me being like a little fatigued, but I think her makeup didn't really work super well with this look. And I know this is kind of like the type of makeup she does all the time, and it's like her thing.
Yeah. I love her face, but it doesn't read as glamour.
Exactly. I would have liked a little bit more glamour for
She could have softened it just a little bit.
Yeah.
To make it more glamour.
Her makeup's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're up against somebody like Aurora, and this is clearly a glamour challenge, and she's giving like pageant queen as a ghost, and she's like serving it like that. I think maybe something a little different with the makeup would have been a smart choice for this specific challenge.
Yeah.
And also maybe not like the loaf hair.
Yeah, I will say she does the loaf hair a lot, it seems, and I'm not the biggest fan of loaf hair.
I actually like the loaf. I just think it's very modern. And when you're wearing a dress that's clearly supposed to be a little bit more period, but like, you know, and also like a ghost, it's like, I don't know, it just, I think something a little bit more, I think more glamour from the neck up would have won her this challenge,
but
actually.
Can she do her makeup if it doesn't come up to here? Does she know how to do that, though?
Please. I don't know. She looks good, though. She
looks great.
She was a clear second place.
Yeah, she was a clear, absolute top slay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Aurora did it better. Oof, sorry.
Yeah.
She really took that personally, too. She was the one who made a catty comment about Aurora winning a performance challenge.
Yeah. Well, it's because she's also the other Chicago queen. She knows
Aurora.
Right.
They know each other. I keep forgetting that these two, like, perform together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, like, a history or something. I don't know.
She also had her daughter on the show, but you wouldn't know that by the way she treated her.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I forgot about that. She's gone.
You know what we didn't talk about? Also, Slay on Auntie Heroine.
Yeah, Slay.
We didn't talk about the boulets.
Oh shit, what do they look like?
Here, I'll send you the image.
I think I remember it. This was like
So they're wearing these
it's like a leather
latex,
thing.
these latex tops, like it's separates, but or maybe they're dresses. I don't know, but it's like, you know, you have like, it's like very bat latex with like red piping. There's like bat wings all over it. It has like a
I
bat
think
wing
we've
peplum.
seen this before.
It's a very similar. It's a very boule look, but
yeah.
they look great. I love these looks. Like when I think
I
of the
agree.
boulets, I think of this. It's latex. It's black and red. There's bat wings all over the place. They look fantastic.
I've heard when people go. I've never seen the Boulets live. I'd love to one day. I mean, who knows? After this podcast, they probably
They won't let
hate
us
me, but
come in.
I feel like all we've done with this podcast is alienate everyone involved in Dragula. But
I would love to know what you're saying, but you get cut off because you keep screaming so loud.
Oh, rip. Well,
You're like, I would, but they, and I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it's recording on my end, so at least
I'll find out
the
later.
audience will hear it. Yeah, you'll find out later when you're editing this
Edit it all
episode.
together.
But anyway, I was gonna say, when people go to their shows, from what I've heard, a lot of people will like wear black and red because it's such an iconic color combo.
It's like
Which
the
I feel like
colors
is
of
why
the show. It's the color of their
Yeah.
logo.
And I feel like that's why I hate when they wear like orange.
Remember when they wore those green things last season?
Yeah, that was weird.
The weird ectoplasm condom thing. It was so strange. Even they didn't seem to like it.
No, but I will say the Boulay brothers slay, and also Landon Sider's here.
Oh yeah, Landon
Slay.
Sider here is here, and also Justin Simeon's here, who's a director who has done some horror.
Feel so bad for any of these contestants that have to be filmed in the same episode as Landon Sider, because Landon Sider does
Looks
drag on
great.
a level that like most people never even
Landon Sider's wearing the much nicer version of what I'm wearing today.
literally.
He's wearing it like this little like bolero jacket over this shirt that has like real 3D like skeleton bones with like rhinestones, a little cravat. He looks great. I love him.
And Landon Sider also gives incredible critiques. Like,
Oh
if
yeah,
I was on
Landon
the
Sider's
show,
never catty. Landon Sider's always like very direct and giving real advice.
it's very technical. It's
Yes.
like they're giving you notes on your costume to fix for the next time you wear it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is the type of critique that it's not necessarily great for TV, but like as an artist, that's the type of critique that you want and need.
Yes.
And I hope that they're listening, because I can't imagine being a drag artist and like not listening to Landon Sider's
Oh my
critiques. They're like the top of. If the world didn't hate drag kings, Landon Sider would have won like 3 seasons of Drag Race by now.
Yeah.
Period. And by the world, I mean RuPaul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Landon
Yeah.
Sider looks amazing. And Justin Simeon is wearing a nice outfit.
Yeah.
But that's not a criteria we need to judge on. But
No, not everybody comes to Dragula in drag.
no, not everybody's prepared.
No.
I also don't
that's it,
remember
right?
anything he
What
said.
happened next? Oh, there was a elimination, right?
Yeah,
Extermination?
extermination time. So they give the tops and the bottoms of the week. And the tops are Auntie Heroine, Aurora Gosmic, and Yuri. Right? Yeah, Yuri. They talked to Yuri.
Yes.
Yuri was out there and part of the judging.
I think was Pi still there?
Was Pi
I feel like
still
they had
there?
4. I could be wrong.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, Pi was still there. Pi was still on stage too, I think. Because remember, that was when they were making comments about her wig.
Yeah, the people they sent back. Oh, yeah, they just sent one team back, I think. They sent back Asia. They sent back, I don't remember. Majesty. I don't really
Jaharia?
remember. Jaharia?
I think Asia, Majesty,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Jaharia
They
all
got
went
sent back
first.
and everybody else just stayed up. So
Yeah.
the tops were definitely Auntie
There's 4
Heroine,
tops.
Aurora Gosmic, Pi and Yuri, I guess.
Yes.
And then the bottoms were Gray Matter and Vivi the Force. And the winner of the week is Asia Consent. Woo! I'm kidding. I wish Asia won for her smokestack look.
I mean,
but
that would have been, everybody would have been like, this is clearly rigged.
But no, rightfully, the winner of the Glamour Challenge is, of course, Aurora Gosmic.
Yeah.
And it was undisputed, I feel like.
Well, it was definitely disputed by Auntie Heroine, who thought that she won, but she did not, unfortunately.
True. But like everybody thought Aurora looked great except for Auntie Heroine, apparently.
Yeah. Well, no, she actually didn't. She didn't have an issue with her look. She didn't like that she won a performance.
True.
Challenge. That was where she was trying to clock her.
But she won, and I think it's deserved. Yeah. She looked amazing.
Agreed. So Gray Matter and Vivi are in the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And they're getting electrocuted or shocked, I guess.
Yeah, they have to go to a Tesla coil, and they have to like.
Electrocuted means you die, right?
Yeah, like execute, electrocute, execute.
Electrocute.
It means.
So they're being shocked, or are they actually killing somebody this season? Because they keep saying
Do you think the
electrocuted.
skeleton was real? They have to go to this Tesla coil and put their fingers in the cages and hold on, and whoever like lets go first loses, and they get shocked.
Right. Yeah.
And so they get shocked back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And they're like, "Oh my god, who's gonna go home?" And they don't fucking tell us.
Yeah, it's the first time this season where they've had a cliffhanger of who actually is going home. Now, I suspect Gray Matter is going home. I think, unless Gray Matter is just a great actor, it seemed like he was genuinely in pain when he was getting shocked.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because usually they don't do these kinds of like cliffhangers where they don't tell you that episode who went home.
No, but I feel like I can usually tell who's going home.
Yeah.
But this was a challenge where it was whoever holds on the longest gets to stay. It wasn't just like jump out of a plane and, you know, as long as you both live, like good job. Like there was actually like a time.
Like if you both attempt
challenge.
it and do it, then you're on even ground and they just sort of decide who they want to keep.
Now, I will say, I do have a theory, and I feel like I mentioned this before, that it's possible, because this is something that, it is a timed thing, where, like, one person has to hold on longer, but, in theory, at a certain point, if neither of them are letting go, they're gonna have to stop shocking them, or else there could be, like, genuine danger. So I'm wondering if, potentially, they both refused to let go until the safety limit had hit, and they had to stop shocking them. So maybe that neither of them gave up, and maybe they're both coming back, or maybe they're both dead.
Well,
maybe they both
a
actually.
skeleton.
Could you imagine? What if they both died for real, and they just and production managed to keep this under wraps
and they
until
brought
the
back
episode
Desiree
aired?
Dick? Oh my god, the twist of this
No, like
season.
I mean, like, what if they used the death of their performers as like a gag?
That'd be hilarious.
It's very reality TV show.
But anyways, we don't know who gets exterminated this week, so we have to find out next week.
I think it's Gray Matter.
It might be Gray Matter.
I don't want it to be Gray Matter because I really like Gray Matter.
Well, Gray Matter has been so close to winning so many times.
Yeah. Well, that happens. I'm going to be honest here. And this is, I mean, maybe this is just me feeling like they sometimes treat the non-drag queens a certain way. But in the last season, there was a similar situation with one of the drag kings where they kept getting really close to winning and then they never won and then they went home. And I sometimes feel like
Jarvis suddenly just got eliminated when they didn't even look bad.
Right.
That is crazy.
So, I don't know. And I mean, like, I hate to call drag king phobia, but I do feel like sometimes Gray Matter didn't win just because.
I don't think there's such a thing.
You don't think so? You know what? You would know. You would be the expert on this topic.
But, I mean, all we do know is that Aurora Gosmic got a custom set of Fierce Drag Jewels. And I think out of everybody on this cast, no, she gets a custom set. I looked it
Oh,
up. She gets a
so-
custom set made.
So they're all giving back what they had, or do they
I
get to keep that
suppose so.
too?
I don't know. Maybe they get to keep the ones that they got to do the challenge
How
with.
much do these things cost?
They cost about like $130 for a
Oh,
earring ring
okay.
set. It's
thought
not
they
like
were more expensive.
exorbitant, but it is a lot for a drag artist.
for costume jewelry, yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
on the higher end for sure.
So that's if you just get the ones that are like offered from them ready to buy. Custom is more.
That's cool.
But yeah, like the thing is, if a brand is sending stuff like that out, I don't think they necessarily expect it to all come back. They usually are just like, we're putting this out here for, you know, advertisement purposes, and then they just get to keep it. They usually don't.
Yeah, but you
care
think the
that much.
Boulay brothers took it back, and they
The
kept
Boulets probably kept it, yeah. We'll see it on season 7. The Boulets are going to be
Literally,
wearing
yeah,
the
they'll
Pierce
be
Strike
wearing
jewels
it.
all season. But yeah, Aurora gets her custom set, hopefully. And we don't know who gets exterminated until next week.
Well, we'll find out next week.
No.
Well,
Well,
that's all.
that's the episode.
All right, bye, bitch.
Well, I mean, also, subscribe to the channel.
Oh, do that, yeah, if you like it. If you don't like it, fuck you.
I mean, like the video, dislike the video, comment about how much you hate it, comment about how we
Yeah.
missed the mark and how we don't understand drag at all.
if you're on this season of Dragula and you hate watching us, please leave a comment
Dragula-
and let us know.
Desiree Dick, please comment on this video if you're here.
Desiree Dick, if you want to come on, if you want
wanna
to
be
come
a
on the
guest,
podcast,
please come on.
just
Please.
let us know. You
Yeah,
can come
you
onto this podcast
have an
whenever you
open
want.
invitation.
Tell us your side of the story.
We want to hear about the chicken.
Anyway,
Check out our Patreon if you want to be part of the watch party.
yeah, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. You're bad at that.
What?
Plugging all the stuff at the end.